It was bad. I'm a disaster. Between that and my knee surgery, lucky I can still stand. So prior to like actually rupturing that disc though, I started doing
Call the Town Board Supervisor meeting for Tuesday, September 26th to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Green, if you could take a roll call, please.
Supervisors Mahoney Ogden, Miller,
Present.
Wolfley,
present.
Michaels,
Present.
Chairman Kranek.
Present.
Thank you.
Next item, citizens' comments. There are no citizens in the audience this evening, so I'm going to skip to the next item. Item 5, approval of the minutes from the September 12th Town Board meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next item would be actions on vouchers submitted for payment. Look for a motion on accounts payable and payroll, please.
I would motion to approve payment of checks 67028 through 67029 and checks 67032 through 67056 in the amount of $49,950.81. Further, I would motion to approve the payrolls dated September 29th, 2023 in the amount of $15,267.80.
We have a motion on the table for payroll and accounts payable.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the table for accounts payable and payroll. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next item is a communication for discussion possible action. We got a letter from the Friends of Lapham Peak. They're looking for $2,500 in donations towards the cost to install pedestrian flashing lights on Highway C near Lapham Peak. I think this is just for awareness. I don't think the town should contribute any money, seeing that's a county highway and the DNR on Lapham Peak. But if you talk to your friends or your neighbors, or if you're watching on YouTube and you want to contribute to the Friends of Lapham Peak to improve that pedestrian crossing, please do so.
Yeah, did you talk to anybody on this, or is it just they sent along the letter? Like I saw the flyer, but I didn't.
I had a brief conversation
Okay.
with.
I guess that was my question. Was are they looking for someone to actually like stroke a $2,500 check, or are they gathering a total of donations?
I think they've got a total
Yeah,
number
they're-
they're looking for.
They're gathering donations.
I
Perfect.
talked to the one person who's on the board, and he just, that he was, the question had been, and then what is the link? Are you participating in?
Yeah, the county doesn't have any money to do that stuff. They're just helping install it, so.
Gotcha. Okay.
Next item, unfinished business, discussion possible action on the 24 Lake Country Fire and Rescue operating budget. I think we can discuss that under our closed session. And the next item, the discussion possible action on the liquor license agreement with the city of Delafield. It was tabled. I don't see any movement on the issue that's standing, so I would recommend that we just leave it on the table. Is that okay with everybody?
Second. Agreed.
New business, item 9, discussion of possible action on a temporary Class B license to the Tall Pines Conservancy for an Oaktoberfest event being held Sunday, October 1st, at the Gwen Hill Farms, N130 W294 Bryn Drive.
I'm assuming they've met all their,
They have, yeah. So the temporary Class B has to be through an LLC or a nonprofit, which they have a nonprofit applying through Tall Pines Conservancy, Inc. They also filled out a special event application for the event. I don't have any issues with the event. Recommend approval.
motion to approve the temporary Class B liquor license for Tall Pines Conservancy, Inc. for Oktoberfest, Sunday, 10/1/23 on Bryn Drive.
I'll second. Oh, go ahead.
Motion and a second to approve the Class B liquor license. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
And I would encourage you all to go to it. They're right in our town, and it's such an awesome, wonderful gift that we have. I so love this place, and
I've never even heard of it.
never spent any time there. Truly, we are blessed to have it in our midst. I bring friends from out of town, and they're like, wow, this is great. After the meeting, I can tell you more about it if you're interested, 'cause it is.
Well, and I see some of our top chef folks were spent some time there too. So
Yeah,
we'll see if it
we
makes
do
makes the cuts.
Most of our vegetable shopping there. It's great.
Next item on the agenda is discussion of possible action on the renewal of an assessor's contract with Catalyst Tax and CMAA, Inc. for 2024 to 26. Contract is in front of you. This is with the same folks that we've been using. They just changed their name from Grota to Catalyst. This is a 3-year contract, and the price went up to $51,000 annually.
Yeah, they changed their name because the founder is trying to get out of the company and retire. So they're changing the name and trying to get Mike Grota out as more of a consultant for the firm. But the assessor we use is Ray Kosick, and he's been great. He'll remain our assessor.
And we all met him when
Yeah,
we
he
were
was
here
here.
for
Yeah.
board review, so. I would look for a motion to approve. They've done a great job since they've taken over the contract for the town.
I would motion to approve the assessor contract with Catalyst Tax and CAMA Inc. for 2024 through 2026.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the contract. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is discussion of possible action on a contract for a market update revaluation for all real and personal property in 25 with Catalyst Tax and CAMA Inc. This is in front of you because we're anticipating we're going to get the letter from the Department of Revenue that we're going to have to do a reval, and we'd like to lock in the contract with these folks to do the reval in 25.
Move to approve contract for market update and revaluation for all real and personal property in 2025. Catalyst Inc. and CMA Inc. Catalyst Tax and CMA Inc.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the contract for the market update revaluation. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is closed session. The basis of the items to be discussed in closed session are enumerated in section 19.85, paren 1, paren E of the Wisconsin State Statutes, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. More specifically, the City of Delafield IMA amendment to Lake Country Fire and Rescue. I'd look for a motion to enter a closed session and then followed by a roll call vote.
Motion to enter a closed session.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to enter in a closed session. Mr. Green, will you call the roll?
Sure. Supervisor Mahoney Ogden? Or
Aye.
yes or no? Or aye or nay?
Oh,
A or nay?
Enter.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Supervisor Miller?
Aye.
Supervisor Wolfley?
Aye.
Supervisor Michaels?
Aye.
Chairman Kranek?
Aye.
Okay. We are in closed session.
didn't even need to get up.
No.
Nice.
So we're back in open session. Look for discussion on the proposal from the City of Delafield IMA amendment to Lake Country Fire and Rescue. I think we've all reviewed it, and we discussed it in closed session. I think we've all been at a stalemate for quite some time, and we'd like to try to negotiate and try to get some closure to protect the integrity of Lake Country Fire and Rescue, which is an asset to not only the town of Delafield, but all 7 communities that are a part of it. And at the end of the day, it's still a heck of a bargain compared to any of us trying to stand up our own autonomous our fire department by ourselves. So I believe that we would like to, the big thing is regarding the amendment from the City of Delafield is we need to take the renegotiation or review of the IMA off the table and decouple that in order to move forward. Any other comments from anybody else on the topic, or?
Hopefully, we've got a proposal that the city will be able to find a way to fund, which maintains the integrity of the organization, still allows it to grow, still allows to add 3 fire professionals, and not diminish what it is that we have currently.
No, I think that's great, and I think your comments are spot on, Mr. Chairman, that the town doesn't intend to play games with our fire service. It's too valuable, and we intend to reset the floor. So we have a robust fire department at $4 million, and then we want to see 3 additional personnel hired next year, which is why we're going to set the goal budget of $4.2 million with no IMA amendments. This represents a compromise proposal to where other municipalities are at, and I hope everybody can work together to meet in the middle. I mean, ultimately, we're at the last 10% of a funding problem. So if each side goes roughly 4% each way, which is about $4.2 million and represents the opportunity to hire 3 new fire personnel, then it's a big win.
It's just slowing things down, but it's the plus is it's giving us the time to hire quality people, firefighters.
Right?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a motion to approve the First Amendment to the Lake Country Fire and Rescue Intermunicipal Agreement as presented by the town chairman. Specifically, we will be replacing the dollar figure from roughly $3.8 million to $4.2 million. Further, we will redline all language inserted by the City of Delafield in their draft after the number 4.2 million down to Section 2. Ultimately, this motion and this amendment reflects a very clean LCFR amendment initially proposed by other communities, but has the new dollar amount of $4.2 million.
So the counteroffer proposed motion will read LCFR's 2024 operating budget. The municipalities agree for the calendar year 2024 operating budget only. The aforementioned restriction shall not apply, and that restriction is the CPI +2 restriction. It shall not apply for 24. The LCFR's municipal contribution for the budget for the calendar year 2024 shall be 4.2 million, and then everything else is redlined until Section 2. If any terms contained in this amendment conflicts with the terms in the agreement, this amendment shall control. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second on the table to adopt the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Excellent.
Next items, there's a Plan Commission meeting next Tuesday, August 3rd at 6:30. The next town board meeting will be Tuesday, August 10th at 6:30. We will cancel the budget workshop that was previously scheduled for that time. And then there's a town board meeting on Tuesday, October 24th at 6:30. And then just so everybody knows, Halloween is coming up, and the Town of Delafield Halloween trick-or-treat hours will be on Halloween Day, Tuesday, October 31st, from 4 to 7 p.m.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion's on to adjourn. Is there a
Second.
second? Motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.
Good work, thank you, guys.